when the pandemic was starting to wane a bit and we were getting the movie theaters just starting to open back up again, I think the first movie I went to go see was Godzilla versus Kong. I think that was it. But if that wasn't it, it was Bob Odenkirk's Mr. Nobody, or just Nobody. I mean,
Mr. Nobody's a Jared Leto movie.
And it's also a character, a villainous character played by Alan Tudyk in what's it called? Doom Patrol. In Doom Patrol. At any rate, but Nobody. It looked like a blatant John Wick complete ripoff, which is not surprising because a number of the people behind John Wick were also behind this movie. And there's a lot of similarities. There are. So I didn't know what to expect from it, but I'll tell you what, it is fun. That movie was so much fun. It was such a great, like between that and Godzilla versus Kong, those are two movies that were great to come back into the movie theaters for. You know what I mean? You came back in, you had a blast, you laughed, you were excited, you had the adrenaline pumping. And I didn't know if Bob Odenkirk could pull off an action guy. I didn't know if Saul could pull off an action guy. But I'm telling you what, he pulled it off and it was really good. Now, it didn't do huge business at the box office. And to be honest with you, I watched it and it felt like a one and done movie. But I always would have liked another one. Well, guess what? According to Bob Odenkirk, it looks like they very well may be doing another installment.
Wow.
Of not Better Call Saul, but another installment of Nobody. This is what he had to say when asked about it. He said this: "We are working on making that happen. Universal has been very upbeat and welcoming. Derek and I have talked story. It's not a sure thing yet, but we're working on it, and I think all signs point to yes." I think all signs point to yes. And I'm telling you, with the way this thing ended, first of all, Christopher Lloyd plays his dad, which I haven't seen Christopher Lloyd on screen in a while. So that was great to see, and he was awesome.
Having a good year because he was in the Tender Bar too.
Yes, that's right.
And he's got that great scene with the little kid at school.
And I think it was RZA that was in it as well, and he was great in it. It was just a really weird, eclectic collection of actors to do this, but I had a lot of fun with it. And I'll tell you what, sign me up. Sign me up for another one. I'm down to see this. Rob, you hear about Bob Odenkirk is saying that it looks like we are going to be doing a Nobody 2. Are you surprised? Good idea, bad idea? What do you think?
No, I wasn't surprised. I hadn't seen Nobody until I actually bought it. I bought the Blu-ray and I was pleasantly surprised. Look, I love I guess when I say B movie, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it's not like Ordinary People or Lawrence of Arabia. It's Nobody. It's Bob Odenkirk kicking some ass. And I really liked it. I mean, I thought I like the idea of the unassuming guy that turns out to be a lethal secret agent, or, that whole thing. Like The Long Kiss Goodnight, Gina Davis, you don't realize she's just a housewife. No, she's not. I love those stories. And I thought Nobody was really good. And I thought Odenkirk was great in the role. So, hey, bring it on. Why not? And if it does well, why doesn't John Wick and him team up?
I mean,
crossover, shared universe.
No, if you watch Nobody, there's enough similarities there that you could easily make a crossover.
Totally.
And I think a Nobody 2 would have to come out and do really well to justify John Wick doing a crossover with it. But if they did, I'd be all for it. Anyway, Chris, you see this? You surprised? You like it? Don't like it? What do you think?
I slept on the first Nobody, so
a lot of people did.
I should have seen this though because I love Odenkirk, and it plays into that kind of wise man's fear trope, right? You should be fearful of a quiet man's rage, and so I really should have gone and seen this. But I'm excited. I love him. I love that he's doing more stuff. I'll catch up on the first one and let y'all know what I think about it.
And it's good to see because remember he had suffered, what was it, a heart attack?
Yeah.
He had suffered on set of Better Call Saul. Mm-hmm. So it's good to see him back and being completely active again and ready to go. And if he does another Nobody, I'm all for it. Question is for you guys. What do you think about Bob Odenkirk saying that it looks like they're going to do a Nobody 2? Maybe you didn't like the first one all that much. Maybe you didn't even see it. Maybe you loved it. How do you feel about this? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.